Lujan, currently ranked number 2 by the World Boxing Association, number 4 by the World Boxing Council. And Jeff Chandler, with a record of 24, 0-1, is unbeaten with only a draw to blemish his career record, and that was in his first professional fight. 12 knockouts to his credit. Was born right here in Philadelphia, lives in South Philadelphia, and in his last fight won the title from Julian Solis in a 14th round knockout at Miami in November of 1980. The challenger, Jorge Lujan, with a record of 22 wins, 3 losses, no draws, 14 knockouts, is 25 years of age from Panama. And he lost his crown to Julian Solis at a 15-round decision in September of 1980, and that was his last fight. So he is looking to regain the crown today. He also feels very strongly that he is fighting for the honor of his country in the wake of Roberto Duran's somewhat tainted loss to Sugar Ray Leonard. And the interesting story, or at least part of it, with Jeff Chandler is that his manager of record is Becky O'Neill, who stands 4'8", and there she is now leaving ringside, and she is a former vaudevillian and jitterbug champion of some years ago, and quite a well-known character here in Philadelphia. Her husband, Willie O'Neill, will be in the corner, along with trainer Nick Belfiore and second Eddie Eliano. The referee today is from Puerto Rico, Roberto Ramirez from Caguas, Puerto Rico. The judges are Angel Guzman from Toa Baja, Puerto Rico, and Samuel Candy from Trujillo, Puerto Rico. Well, gentlemen, how do you see this one, Angelo?
I see this as a very tough fight. Chandler's going to have to deal with the cuteness and smartness of Lujan. Lujan, to me, is the kind of a guy that can beat Jeff Chandler. I think we're going to have a new champion, maybe go all the way. Could be a late knockout.
Gil?
Well, I feel this way, Tim. Chandler just won the championship, and I think any time a guy wins the title, it makes him 20-25% better of a fighter. The only thing that concerns me with Chandler, he came in today at a very, very light 113.5 pounds, and that could be a factor late in the fight.
Lujan weighed in at 118. He is on the left of your screen in green. Chandler, the champion, in red on the attack. Chandler said after the weigh-in he didn't think the scales were correct because he felt that he would be weighing very near the limit. But the scales showed 113.5. Of course, if he were correct about the scales being inaccurate, then Lujan would have been overweight. So, nonetheless, officially, it's 118 for the challenger, 113.5 for the 5'7" Jeff Chandler. That is tall for a bantamweight at the 118-pound limit.
Tim, what I'd like to point out in this case, Chandler is giving away 5.5 pounds. In this weight class, that would be the same as a 147-pounder fighting a 135-pounder. He's giving away a tremendous amount of weight in this weight class.
Chandler on the left of your screen. His last fight was when he won the championship from Solis in November of last year. Lujan has had 8 title fights. He won it in November of '77 from the tough Alfonso Zamora, defended it successfully 5 times before losing to Solis.
Chandler's going to have to be very careful. He just got nailed with a real good right hand coming in. It could happen all night long because this fella is a very patient individual out there. He's a waiter, and he nails your good shots.
Chandler fought out of the clinch after looking to the referee to come over to break it. Seeing that he was on the other side of the ring, he punched his way out. Lujan is managed by Aurelio Cortez, trained by Roy Griffith, Carlos de la Flor, the other member of his corner staff. Tim Ryan with Angelo Dundee, Gil Clancy. We are live ringside in Philadelphia for this WBA Bantamweight Championship.
The referee cautioned Chandler for grabbing behind the neck of Lujan that time. Lujan's my man. Forget me, Lujan.
Jorge Lujan from Panama. The green trunks. Less than 30 seconds to go in round 1 of this scheduled 15-rounder. Chandler, the first American bantamweight champion in more than 30 years. Americans have not had a great deal of success at these smaller weights. Angelo, here's where that warning came.
That's that warning, and the referee stepped right in about to grab him behind the neck. Looks like the referee's going to have a busy evening warning this guy all night long.
We're in round number 2, scheduled for 15. The champion in red, the challenger in green. Chandler from Philadelphia, Lujan from Panama.
No one of the things that puzzles me about Chandler in his career is almost every good professional now and world champion has a great amateur background. This kid only had 2 amateur fights, and I'm amazed that he's able to do as well as he can with that little bit of amateur experience.
Well, the reason being, Gil, we don't have no little guys. This might be a forerunner. Maybe we might get some good little men in boxing. I'm happy to see a little guy like this with that short of experience come and become world champion of the world.
So with those two
it's
amateur,
an amazing accomplishment.
with his 2 amateur fights, he's only had 27 fights in all in his entire boxing career.
I was surprised to see the 8-ounce gloves being used here. Usually they use 6-ounce gloves in WBA contests. There must have been an agreement between both manners to use 8-ounce gloves.
This ring, by the way, measures 18 feet square inside the ropes. Pretty full house here, about 2,000 people in attendance. We're in the ballroom of a fairly new hotel here in Philadelphia, the Franklin Plaza. Yeah, obviously a partisan crowd for Chandler.
Lujan is a real tough kind of a guy to fight, Tim. He just very seldom ever leads. As Angelo pointed out, he's very, very patient. He has a lot of experience in there. But again, Chandler has that youth and fire. That's what I like. Lujan waits and waits and waits. Very, very tough kind of guy to fight.
I'm concerned about the late rounds with this fight, because I don't see a short fight in this fight, Gil. I think the poundage the kid came in is a very dangerous poundage. At 113.5 for a bantamweight, don't make sense.
One good punch of that entire exchange from Lujan. The last one, the left hand, as they had each other tied up. Less than 30 seconds to go, round 2.
Chandler's going to have to be very patient, because this guy's going to frustrate him. He's going to make him miss a lot of shots, because he has that knack of slipping punches and getting away.
Approaching the end of round 2 of the scheduled 15-round WBA championship fight. Well, you are looking at Jorge Lujan, the former champion, trying to win his crown back, the WBA bantamweight title. Round 3 of the scheduled 15 round of the champion, Jeff Chandler, at the top of your screen.
Near the end of that last round, I noticed that Chandler got butted. He's rushing in, and if Lujan gets under with his head, you're going to see Chandler get busted. In one of his early fights, he got busted and almost lost the fight.
Chandler and Lujan here in round 3. Chandler complained to the referee about that butt at the end of round 2. Referee ignored him. That's a good point, Angelo, because it's a situation where his height advantage becomes a disadvantage.
Chandler cannot fight like a challenger. He's got to fight there like a champion and not get over anxious and leave everything in the early rounds.
Good left hand for Lujan.
Knocked out.
As you're not going to change Chandler's style. He's an aggressive kind of a fighter. He doesn't know whether he's the champion or the challenger right now. He's just fighting like Jeff Chandler, and that's about it. He doesn't have the smarts yet. He just doesn't have the experience. But he's got the punching power. He's been hurting Lujan with some of those shots in the belly.
Chandler with 12 knockouts in his 24 victories. He's unbeaten. Lujan with 14 knockouts in his 22 wins.
Gil, I think they're both batting 500, so we got 2 punches in our hands.
Lujan smiled at him, but Chandler landed that right hand.
That's a trick that almost all of you Spanish origin fighters use, Tim. When they get hurt, they smile at you, and most of these other guys get conned and they don't follow it up. You notice that, Ange, when you work with fighters?
Oh yeah, I know Rocky Rivera used to do that a lot. He used to get hit with bombs and just smile on you.
Well, he used to enjoy that. Those bombs.
Under a minute to go in round 3. Lujan slipped the best of that. Long right hand from Chandler.
Gil, I don't know how the heck you picked Chandler to win. This guy's wearing green trunks, green shoes.
He's not 100% Irish, is he?
Gil Clancy with Angelo Dundee, Tim Ryan. We're alive in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Less than 30 seconds to go in round 3 of this bantamweight title fight.
See, if Chandler waits, it's going to be an awful waiting night because we're going to have nothing happening.
Approaching the end now of round number 3. Jeff Chandler in his corner with trainer Nick Belfiore. And the rules in effect by the WBA today, the 10-point must system. Loser of a round gets 9 points or less. There can be an even 10-10 round. Mandatory 8 count in effect. 3 knockdown rule in effect. And the count continues after the bell in the event a fighter is knocked down, except in the final 15th round. This is round number 4. Chandler, the champion, in red. Lujan, the challenger, in green.
Chandler set the guy up beautiful, let him walk right into it.
One thing he seems to do well, Gil, is that as he's being warned for holding behind the head, is that he'll bend his knees to get down where he can measure the guy instead of hitting down on him, and that was that right hand you just described. He really nailed him coming in. 4th round, Tim Ryan with Gil Clancy and Angelo Dundee, live from Philadelphia.
Lujan isn't doing much in these early rounds, Tim. I wonder if this is going to be another Pedroza-Lockridge, where Pedroza just about gave away the first 8 rounds and then came on. But Lujan right now doesn't seem to be looking to take the title. Fighting very, very cautiously. There he came in a la Gene Fulmer, left, right, and head.
Well, he's a very heady fighter. We showed that earlier on, Bill.
Yes, he is. He uses his head quite often.
We want to alert our stations along the line. We'll be going to a station break at the end of this 4th round.
Jeff Chandler's a very strong, physical young man. I can't see 113 pounds and a half being that strong.
You're indicating, you mean over the haul, that's going to be the difference?
That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that big a weight advantage. Strength will, come out with a kid, then he's going to get hurt with punches later on.
Under a minute to go, round 4.
Now that Jeff Chandler made this mistake that kids should never make. He blew his nose, which is a no-no, because any kind of a bruise around his eyes will blow up.
Lujan scoring inside of that exchange. Under 30 seconds to go in the 4th round.
Lujan's a very smart cookie. He grabbed the rope that time and kept him there.
We'll be back with more of the CBS Sports Spectacular in this bantamweight title fight after this word from your local stations. This is round number 5 of this 15-round bantamweight championship fight. The challenger Lujan pounding away at the bottom in the clinch. At the body, a little above the bottom actually, in the ribs, to be more precise. Chandler, the champion, in red. Lujan in green. Lujan caught Chandler with that left hook.
Lujan just grabbed the rope again and kept Chandler there. He's going to use that trick all night long. He's out muscling Chandler right now. He's bullying him. He's putting his head in there. He's fighting a very heady fight.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned that head, Angelo. The referee hasn't warned Lujan yet. What he does, he puts his head down and comes charging at Chandler. That was very, very effective for Gene Fullmer. It's kind of tough when you got that head coming at you. And the referee just he's ignored it. Another thing with Chandler's inexperience, and you know we both teach our fighters inside that no matter how short the other guy is, you get your head lower than his. And he's up there. He's susceptible to get butted and busted up at any time.
Landed by Chandler, and that brings his hometown crowd alive. The referee is Roberto Ramirez from Cabas, Puerto Rico. Good left, straight left, caught Lujan and backed him up.
Chandler's trying to hit this kid with uppercuts, but he better stop telegraphing because he's going to get hit a left hook himself.
Look at that head on Lujan.
Under a minute to go in the 5th round.
Right hand and a head. That's his 1-2. Right hand and a head.
It's an excellent combination. Gilly can get away with it, and the referee ain't warned him.
Wild miss by Lujan, but Chandler failed to make him pay. Good left hand from champion Chandler. Under 30 seconds to go in the 5th. Chandler at the top of your screen in red, defending his WBA bantamweight title against the former champion Jorge Lujan of Panama on green. Been a rough, tough fight so far, with Lujan using his extra poundage and inside technique.
There went the rope. There went the rope grab again. He grabbed the rope that time and he hit him a right uppercut to the body.
Chandler on the attack.
And there went the head again. If I was in Lujan's corner, I'd be over there at that referee between rounds, and I don't know if he understands head or cabeza or whatever, but I'd sure make him know it. Yeah,
but you'd have to be in Chandler's corner.
That's right. That's why, excuse me, that's what I meant. Chandler's corner.
Right. I'll tell you, Lujan's starting to do numbers on this kid, Tim. He's starting to bull him, starting to move him, hitting him shots where he shouldn't be hitting shots. He's manhandling the guy in close.
Lujan, title defenses over Alberto Davila, Cleo Garcia, 2 of his tougher opponents. Jeff Chandler with victories over Davey Vasquez, Baby Kid Chocolate, Javier Flores, and of course, Julian Solis, from whom he lifted the title.
You know, Andrew, I feel a little bit better about Chandler's chances if he would have had a couple of your sister's meatballs and come in about 117 instead of 13 and a half.
A good shot by Chandler, rocked Lujan, the best punch of the fight so far.
He's hurting Lujan. He has the power.
Neat move by Lujan to escape. Chandler, the young champion, spinning Lujan around in his corner. Veteran move.
Lujan, when he backs up and he wants to go down, does a big knee bend. I never seen another fighter do that. He goes actually to a deep knee bend to slide away from punches. There he is. There's that knee bend. He does it all the time.
And it worked because Chandler missed the uppercut. Final seconds of the 6th round. Good right hand from Lujan. Off a stool early. He had a good 6th round and wants to keep the pressure on. Lujan in green, Chandler in red, the champion.
And Chandler's a very remarkable young man, strong for a thin little guy.
He may only have 113 pounds on that body, but it's perfectly proportioned. And he is in superior condition.
He doesn't have an ounce of fat on him, Tim. I think he even has a thin head.
A thin haircut, too.
That's right. I spoke to him, and he told me that he weighed 116 and a half pounds before he had dinner last night, and he can't understand how come he only weighed 113, 13 and a half.
He did take some impact, but he got away from the full shot.
He's getting hurt, Tim. You can see it on his face. You can see the expression on his face. He's surprised, and he's getting hurt by those Chandler shots.
Chandler, a carpenter's apprentice here in Philadelphia, used to make water beds. Married, has a young son, as does Lujan, have a baby boy.
Lujan also has a bruise underneath his left eye, underneath his right eye, excuse me. That could prove a factor after a while in a fight.
Chandler keeps blowing his nose. He might have a slight cold, Gil. You know, there's no reason to be blowing his nose. He's not catching no shots or anything. There goes the rope trick again, grabbing him with the hands.
But you notice the referee, he's not warning him.
Well, he's looking at the front of the other guy.
Roberto Ramirez from Caguas, Puerto Rico. 2 judges from Puerto Rico. Chandler looking imploringly at the referee, saying, hey, he's got a pretty good grip on me here. Also complaining about a butt. We're in round 7 of the scheduled 15-rounder.
I'll tell you, it's plenty of action in this fight, and it's been Chandler, and it looks like Lujan's trying to sucker him as he comes in rushing. Trying to hit him with a good sucker right hand or a left hook.
Under 30 seconds to go, round 7.
Chandler is breathing a little heavy right now, Ange. I don't know if he's getting tired or it is a cold, as you suggested.
Final seconds of the 7th round. Round number 8, Tim Ryan with Gil Clancy and Angelo Dundee live from Philadelphia. The bantamweight champion Jeff Chandler defending for the first time since winning the title from Julian Solis, and he is fighting the next champion, Jorge Lujan of Panama Green.
And Lujan is a difficult guy to hit. Now, if you were in Chandler's corner, what would you have told him between rounds? I mean, he's winning the fight, in my opinion, but what would you have told him to make him so he doesn't have to expend as much energy and lands cleaner shots?
I would keep hitting him with the left jab, keep moving him. He's winning the fight, and don't gamble by winging with the punches. Just like he's doing right now, hands up. Only thing I don't like, Gil, I tell him to stop blowing your nose, which he keeps on doing.
That's right. All of a sudden, they can hit a good punch over one of the eyes and it'll close right up.
By the way, we'll be going very soon for a report from the 24 Hours of Daytona as part of our CBS Sports Spectacular coverage today. Stay with us.
Chandler just can't be patient with this guy. The guy waits and waits and waits, and Chandler figures, well, somebody's got to make a fight of it, and he makes the fight of it all the time. And he's the champion. There's Lujan backing up again. He's looking to nail Chandler with a sucker shot and hurt him, get him out of there.
He's been hitting him with good right hands and left hook counters, Gil, coming in. They're not showy, but they're hurting punches.
Right, but they're not enough for him to win a round, Ange, unless he figures on stopping Chandler in the late round.
Yeah, but this is the rounds where Lujan will try to, go ahead and take charge. This is the stretch run. That's what separates the young ones from the old ones.
Well, let's see. Let's wait to see on that.
Slight bruise under the left eye of Lujan. Only sign of damage on either fighter thus far. Under a minute to go in the 8th round.
and the referee warned him about it. He turned him around, hit him from the back.
Had a good hold on him while he did it.
Yeah, he's trying every trick in the trade. Everything except throwing clean punches.
Lujan's had 25 professional fights, as has Chandler. And he's been in the title competition 8 times. This is round number 9. Scheduled 15-round WBA Bantamweight Championship fight. If you join us along the way, the champion is in red, Jeff Chandler from Philadelphia, defending for the first time against Jorge Lujan of Panama.
I don't like that wrestling. Anytime guys are wrestling, he can throw a shoulder out, sprain an ankle. Chandler, as Angelo says, you're just trying to pick this guy apart. Stay outside. Don't try to wrestle with him and rough it up with him. That's the only way the other guy can fight.
Angelo, how do you see the fight right now?
Well, I see Chandler winning. I mean, but you know, it's a kind of fight where you never know. And I'm a little concerned when you have the Latin people here, and you got plenty of rooters in here.
And let's call it the way it is. When you say the Latin people, you mean 3 Latin officials.
Oh, is that what they are, Gil?
That's what they are.
They are from Puerto Rico. Although I heard at one point yesterday that the Panamanian group was complaining that they had 3 American officials, considering the Puerto Ricans Americans as opposed to the Panamanians. So.
Yeah, but I know all these officials, Gil. These are all top-grade officials. That referee's an excellent referee.
Chandler on the attack. Got a rise from the partisan crowd. Very lively and knowledgeable fight crowd in Philadelphia, as one always expects here.
Chandler got nailed with a couple of good sucker right hands in those exchanges. He's standing too straight up inside. He's got to bend those knees.
Gil, when he bends his eyeball to eyeball with Lujan, that's the problem. And I think he's going to get himself buttered. I really do. Because he's running in with that shit with the head.
To go, round 9.
If I was in Chandler's corner, I'd be having him go to that body first and then back up to the head. This guy's very, very hard to hit in the head. Try a couple of straight right-hand leads to the body where you don't expose yourself too much, and then come back up to the head with that left hook. That's what I think would work against Lujan.
This is the first round that Chandler seemed to be blowing a little steam, Gil.
That's right.
I like the way he's reacted right now.
Well, he got nailed a couple of good right hands, Ange. And again, he's been roughed up quite a bit in the fight. He's giving weight away.
And he can't breathe. His nose is definitely clogged up.
His mouth definitely open more often than it was earlier in the fight. Under 30 seconds to go, round 9. We're in the final seconds of the 9th round, and now let's go down to Ken Squire for a report on the 24 hours of Daytona at the Bell.
Tim Ryan.
There's the challenger, Jorge Lujan. No serious damage, but a little discoloration under both eyes. The champion, Jeff Chandler, in red. 10th round always seems to be the turning point in a fight that's going like this. Gentlemen, how do you see it at this point, Gil?
Well, as you said, the 10th round is a turning point. From the 11th to the 15th is the championship distance. That's when they separate the men from the boys. This round out, they must have heard what I said, Tim, because he went right to a straight right hand to the body, and that's going to set up some of those other punches. I'd like to see him do it more often.
Again, we'd like to alert our stations. We'll be going to a station break at the end of this 10th round.
He keeps trying to hit Lujan in the head, and it's the toughest guy in the world to hit in the head. He's got to go to that body a little more.
Short left hook from Chandler landed. And a short right hand.
That's what he has to do. He has to keep Lujan outside like that. Don't let him brawl. Don't let him wrestle. It's the only chance Lujan has.
Well, Chandler's fighting the best fight right now. The way he's bullying this guy again, but he's trying to go underneath Gil, but he keeps missing the shots. But Lujan's starting to show wear and tear himself right now.
Done by either fighter in that exchange. Under a minute to go, round 10.
And what would you do to clear Chandler's nose? We both see he's having difficulty breathing. Would you do anything between rounds, or would you have put something in there before the fight started?
I'd have put it in before. I'd have put it in between rounds. I'd have had some nose drops in the corner, some Sinex or something. But the nose is definitely clogged.
30 seconds to go in the 10th round.
It's been a good round for Chandler. Landed some of his best punches this round.
We'll return to Philadelphia in this Bantamweight Championship after this word from your local stations. Number 11, Jeff Chandler, the champion from Philadelphia, 24 years of age, defending his crown against Jorge Lujan of Panama and Green. Well, on our cards, Angelo and I have given Lujan only 2 rounds. Gil's only given him 1 so far. But we must be reminded, Gil, of the Lockridge-Pedroza fight you alluded to earlier, where we thought Lockridge was a clear winner. The judges saw it for Pedroza. You never do know, especially in a fight like this.
There was a very, very similar pattern in that fight. Pedroza didn't do anything for about 8 or 9 rounds, and then he came on real strong in the end. But each round, whether you win the first or you win the 15th, it's still only 1 round. And in my opinion, Chandler has a lot of them in the bank right now.
And he's having a good round here in the 11th.
I think Chandler is starting to take charge, Gil, because his strength is amazing young man. I don't know how that kid that small could be that strong.
That was my favorite straight right hand to the body, too, Ange. I like that punch when the guy's back's on the ropes.
11th round, Chandler still with his hands carried high.
You know what amazes me about Chandler? The fact that he had such a short amateur experience, only 20-something professional fights, and he's able to go this distance. It's unbelievable. It really is.
Well, Gil, that's the label of a Philadelphia fighter. I'm not being impressed. I was born in South Philly. But this kid's been in the gym a long time, been well taught, and he does a lot of nice things in there for a guy with short experience.
Yeah, but you can be well taught, but the only way you can pick up stamina is in an actual fight because of, you know, the tension in the nervous system. I've seen guys in real great shape go out in 2 rounds be dead tired. Here's a kid into the 11th round. He seems as strong as a bull.
When's the last time we had an American bantamweight, Gil? We don't have that many of them around because we are a bigger race. He's to me, he's
You're not so big. What do you mean you're a bigger race? Look at the size of you.
Yeah, but I'm bigger sideways.
Sideways is right.
It's been more than 30 years since there was an American bantamweight champion. Lujan looks tired to me.
Oh, yes, definitely. But it's starting to tell on both guys. You're going to see a little sloppiness in there, and the sharp guys are the ones going to nail the shots.
Chandler's only gone past 10 rounds once before in that fight against Solis when he won the title and stopped Solis in the 14th.
Well, Chandler has his second win right now. He looks pretty good to me right now. Got hit low just then. What, do you apologize after you hit a guy low like that?
No, I was only in a kneecap, Gil.
Oh.
Let me just amend that. He did go 12 rounds, retaining his USBA title in 1980. Now you can see them applying a little Vaseline over that left eye of the challenger, Lujan, as we start the 12th round. No serious damage around his eyes, but that discoloration that's been there under both eyes for about the last 5 or 6 rounds. This is round 12. And as we mentioned, Chandler's been over 10 only twice before. Once he won 12, defending his USBA title, and then he won the World Championship from Solis with a 14th round TKO.
Chandler, for the first time, is really starting to dance around the ring now. How do you like that, Ange?
That's tremendous. He's a well-conditioned young guy.
Landed that right-hand lead.
Every time Lujan takes a lead, it's 1-2 and the head. That's a tough kind of a guy to fight.
Chandler seems to be more of a matador now, though. He's trying to stay away from him when he sees him coming.
Right, he's moving well on his legs. He got his second win, Tim. The kid is terrific to me.
Very confident, very poised. Good left to the body.
That's the first time I've seen Chandler start boxing, Gil. He's slapping out a great left jab.
Yeah.
Has a good left jab.
Right, all of a sudden he changed his style this round. He seems to have all the stamina he needs. We were worried about the gas tank running low. It hasn't.
Looks like they refilled it. We got to check those guys out in the corner.
Chandler is still taking chances, and he doesn't have to. He can just stay outside now and snap that jab and walk home with his title.
I tell you, Gil, he's the boss in there now. So that's why he's getting cocky.
Round 12. That's if we're seeing the fight the same way the judges are, gentlemen. The O'Neills in Chandler's corner, Becky and Willie, husband and wife managing team, are very confident. They're smiling, shouting encouragement, but they seem very confident. Less than 30 seconds to go, round 12.
You know, Chandler has actually learned while this fight has progressed.
Yes,
He's better now than he was in the beginning of the fight.
Lujan landed that long left. First clean punch he's landed in some time. This is round number 13 of the scheduled 15-round bantamweight title fight. The champion, Chandler, in red. Lujan on the right of your screen in green. The challenger from Panama. Gil Clancy and Angelo Dundee here in Philadelphia at the Franklin Plaza Hotel. Fight taking place in the ballroom. About 2,000 Philadelphia fight fans on hand.
Right now, Chandler is in complete charge, snapping his combinations, doing anything he wants to do in there.
Lujan spins him around. Chandler continues to look at the referee, expecting the breaks and not getting them when he wants to, but not rattled by it.
A bantamweight champion like this, I think we're going to have a lot of little guys come out now, Gil. I like it.
I sure hope so. You know, some of the most exciting fighters have always been these little guys. They really give you good fights.
Chandler wants to unite this title. He wants to fight Lupe Pintor, the WBC champion, next. That'd be great if he could arrange it and unify another crown. That's provided he retains his title here, which it appears he's going to do, but it's not over yet.
I tell you, we were all concerned about his lightweight. I think that's his weight, Gil.
It's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. One thing, Lujan does not make for exciting fights. I mean, he's a tough guy. He's a tough guy to nail. When he comes in himself, it's left, right, head, safety first. They're just not exciting fights when Lujan's in there. Tough guy to fight.
Gil, but he's been the dominating force in the bantamweight division. Got to remember.
Yeah, but when he wins, he never looks good. You know, the public likes to see these big exchanges. We know that, and so do I, and so do you. You don't get them with Lujan. One punch at a time.
I tell you, you won't get no bad fights with Chandler, Gil.
No, sir.
An exciting young man.
I'd love to see Chandler and Pintor. That would be a fight.
Under 30 seconds to go, round 14, Jolton Jeff Chandler, they call him here in Philly. And he's been doing most of the jolting so far.
I'll tell you, I'm really impressed with this kid. Beautiful.
We're coming to the end of round 13. The stars in the NBA tomorrow in the All-Star game here on CBS, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, as we look at Jorge Lujan, who, at least the way we are viewing the fight, is in some severe trouble here. Awaiting round 14. There's the champion, Jeff Chandler from Philadelphia. Off the stool early, eager to go.
Lujan, in that last round, Tim, took a nice big swig of water. That was a no-no. I was watching him, and he made a slide move and swallowed it.
If he gets hit in the belly with that nice big drink of water, he may run out of gas altogether, and all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's on the other side of the ring, fellas.
Yeah.
The Lujan corner saying that you got the guy hurt. Go get him.
There he goes with the head again. He's so hard to nail because he comes in head first.
Is that some of the fiction that you cornermen sometimes pass on to your fighters? Hey, you got him hurt?
Well, one of the things you do, Tim, if your guy comes back and he's real tired, I've seen guys come back, they can hardly make it back to the stool. As soon as they get back, they sit down, you say to boy, the other guy's really tired.
Lujan working hard in this round for sure.
I'll tell you that don't always work, Tim, because when you say a guy's tired, well, the guy said, if he's tired, I'm tired too. So you got to be careful with that. It's all according to who you do with.
There's that head, always with the head.
Good uppercut landed from Chandler.
Uppercut's a very dangerous punch. For a simple reason, you get nailed yourself if you don't do it at the right time.
That's right.
Never throw an uppercut from outside. This is Lujan's last gasp. He's trying now, but next round I think it's going to be all Chandler.
Under 30 seconds to go in the 14th round. Lujan letting it all hang out, but Chandler staying right with him. Coming to the end of round 14.
Talking about his Lujan going in left, right, and then head first. That's a tough kind of a guy to nail coming in because you're worried about getting hit with his head.
Back live looking at Lujan in his corner. 15th round coming up. The champion is already in the middle of the ring. Jeff Chandler ready to go. Final round. There's that lead again, just the way Gil just described it to you, and you saw on our replay frame.
The referee finally in the 15th round warned him to keep his head up.
Yeah, but Chandler learned what to do with it, Gil. He leaned on him and pushed him down, which is what you have to do with a guy that fights like that.
I remember a fighter by the name of Muhammad Ali that you taught to use that trick, and he used to use it very well.
Came in handy. He didn't get busted up.
Chandler seems intent on staying outside here. As we see it, has every reason to believe that he is the comfortable winner by decision. But we are not the judges, of course.
There he is, charge again.
coming in.
See Pinter and this kid fight, Chandler, would be a tremendous fight.
Right hand lead landed. Good shot from Chandler.
Imagine if he came in 118 pounds, girl, how rough he would be.
Yeah, he's a strong kid. Strong.
But you wouldn't kick sand in his face at the beach. It's a well put together body.
Chandler, for the first time, Gil, was holding that last time. He was just holding and trying to stay in there and get a little rest. That's the first time he did that in the whole fight.
Under a minute to go in the fight.
Move by Chandler. Well, Lujan's throwing bombs, but all they're doing is fanning the air. Just cool me off.
Well, Chandler's showing his ability to slip from punches.
At the end here, throwing a lot of leather. Final seconds of the fight. The Panamanian corner coming in as though they won the fight. The fans on their feet think Chandler has defended it successfully. We'll be back in a moment. Now there is the challenger, Jorge Lujan of Panama, as we await the decision. The judging by the referee and two judges, Roberto Ramirez from Caguas, Puerto Rico, and the judges Angel Guzman and Samuel Candy, also from Puerto Rico. And in the ring, there is the champion, Jeff Chandler, and his handlers, his trainer, Nick Belfiore, with his back to you, the Jolton Jeff Chandler jersey. And also in the ring is Becky O'Neill, his manager of record, holding the flag. Former Jitterbug champion and vaudeville performer a few years ago. She'd rather not say exactly when. Quite a character, a delightful lady. So they're tallying the cards up here, and I think sometimes the hometown crowd gets a little nervous when it takes this long to have the decision rendered, Gil.
I always got nervous when it takes any length of time for a decision. This is the time when lives are affected. Right, Ange?
Huh?
This is the time when lives are affected. The winner is going to go on to big things.
I'm watching a lot of consternation over there between the local commission and the other commissioners, and when they want to know what the score is. So our friend, the commissioner, the local guy from Pennsylvania, wants the score checked, and they're not getting no response.
The chairman of the Pennsylvania Boxing Commission is James Binns, and there are the officials tallying the cards. WBA officials, of course, ultimately in charge, but in concert with the Pennsylvania Commission, the local commission. The champion Chandler with his belt on in the ring. A very impressive youngster. Whatever the outcome of this decision, he showed that he is some kind of worthy champion. Now there are the tallies, and it looks like they've got about a dozen judges out.
That's why I don't like that 10-point.
Well, as you can tell, we've had some considerable delay in rendering the decision, and that means that we will not have time to show you the skiing from Wengen, Switzerland, the World Cup slalom race that took place last Sunday. It was won by Bojan Križaj of Yugoslavia with Ingmar Stenmark finishing third behind Mark Girardelli of Luxembourg. Phil Mayer, the American, still currently in 3rd place in the World Cup overall standings, was 11th in that race. We will be going down to Daytona for a report on the 24 hours of Daytona. Time permitting, this is an unseemly delay here in rendering this decision in this Bantamweight Championship fight. It's always a mystery to me, gentlemen, why it should be so difficult in this 10-point must system to get them added up and checked. There's a look at the cards of, well, let's see, I'm trying to read the top of that, above Chandler. Pretty hard for us to read that. Well, that's not one of the judges that we were given here as one of the judges for the fight. So that's something we'll have to check out. That might simply be the Pennsylvania Commission's authorized signature. And finally, Jimmy Lennon, the ring announcer, now has the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a fine championship bout, we have a unanimous decision. 2 judges and a referee, they agree. Reading the point totals, 148 to 143 says Angel Luis Guzman. 146-143 says Samuel Conde, judging at ringside. Referee Roberto Ramirez says 146 to 142. Unanimously the winner, still undefeated, still the champion.